Welcome back to another weekend in my life as an au pair in Italy. This one was actually a very unique one. As you can see, we went to a theme park called Gardaland, and it was Halloween themed this time around, and they had a huge fascination with Peppa the Pig, so that was really enjoyable for the girls. And then even more enjoyable for me was when we went to the zoo. They didn't have anything too crazy, but it was definitely a nice break from our everyday lives here.
And I have no idea what to do, but I'm so sure that I don't need you. Oh baby, just
The rest of the weekend we were staying in Venice in the center of the city, whereas we usually live in the outside surrounding areas. It's kind of like the countryside of Venice, but we got to stay with their Nonna this weekend, and I got some time off, and I took that opportunity to go and see beautiful museums around Venice. And I am just always so obsessed with their ceilings and the ornate details in these places. This was a palace in San Marcos Square, and it was absolutely insane. You can clearly tell that it was probably my favorite museum that I went to the entire few months that I was there in Italy. There's a really interesting phenomenon here in Venice called acqua alta. It's where the water levels in the canals obviously rise and then slightly flood the city. They are definitely prepared, like this has been happening forever. Tell me why this clip reminds me of the Titanic so much, but luckily I was able to borrow some rain boots from the Nonna because I wasn't going to waste space in my luggage. I found these locks. I thought they were so interesting. They were all over just the walls and the little gates on the bridges. Just look how gorgeous this is. Life in the city was still going on, and people were enjoying their day. Some were enjoying it a little more than others.
Dovresti prendere il calzone.
Something I made sure to do while I was in Italy for several months was to make sure that I got a card that gave me access to several museums around the city. And so that is what I spent a lot of time doing, because there's just so much art and culture and religion here, and it's just beautiful to be able to go and see all of this. But you can also just purchase tickets that are actually a lot cheaper than you might think, and there are of course discounts for students, and I highly suggest this basilica because it is just gorgeous and rich with history, and it will give you a really great view of the square. Something that I have noticed about a lot of museums around here is that they are so old that they don't really have great lighting. And so, because of that, and because they are not modern buildings by any means, I've noticed they had to get really creative with their lighting solutions.
Last night you were looking so bright, I don't wanna mess up. You already dressed up. What I want, all your hands at the ends, but you want this to end. Say goodbye.
Another must-see in Venice is the Opera House. This place was stunning. If you are a pink girl like me, you will love it. If you love chandeliers, you'll love it. If you love the ornate, extravagant architecture that is already all over Italy, you will love it. Look at this. It is stunning. It is gold everywhere. It is soft lighting. It is velvet interiors. There's teal, pops of color. It is clearly so relaxing. Just look at the ceiling. The details, stunning.
Tell me why.